This video is a little different to what I normally do, but this is a response to Jeff Party's Gimme 10 Jazz Albums video. I was lucky to find 10 jazz albums that I own. I do own more than 10, but I wanted to try and show jazz albums by different artists, so finding 10 different artists was kind of difficult. So let's just get into this. Starting off with one of the biggest names, unquestionably in jazz, that is John Coltrane, and this is John Coltrane with the Red Garland Trio, Training In. I believe this is a repress from what year I don't know, American pressing of this. I really enjoy this. Love Supreme is obviously his more, I'm going to try and hold it up here so the light's not too distracting, but yeah, and Love Supreme is obviously his more famous album. Still a great album, but this is the one I own out of all of his albums, and it's still a fantastic album. I think Training In is definitely one that's massively overlooked, especially by Love Supreme, so great album. I love that. And this holds sentimental value to me in particular because it's the first Coltrane album that I owned. Next up, everyone's going to be talking about Miles Davis as well, I feel. Kind of Blue especially will get mentioned, but personally I prefer the follow-up album, Sketches of Spain. I've always preferred this over Kind of Blue. 1960 is the release date on this album. Fantastic album, actually. Another one that's vastly overlooked by all of his other albums, without a doubt. Yes, this album has got like a 20, I think this album has like a 16-minute song on it to open it, but it's more or less like a soundtrack of Spain. I really love the Spanish influence from this album. It's just incredible, and the fact that it's arranged and conducted by Gil Evans as well is just absolutely incredible. So yeah, Miles Davis, Sketches of Spain, my favorite Miles Davis album. A modern day jazz artist, the only one you're going to see in this video, and this is Gregory Porter with his album Liquid Spirit. I've shown off an album of his before. I actually opened it live on the channel, but he has an incredible voice. He's very reminiscent to that of Nat King Cole, so if you like Nat King Cole, I highly recommend checking out Gregory. He is a fantastic vocalist. One I would love to see live, actually. I think that'd be pretty cool gig. Obviously the title track Liquid Spirit is great. In fact, the whole album is just great, and definitely one of my, if I had to pick a top 5 jazz albums, this would definitely make that list, because this is one that I just absolutely love it. I really do. Fantastic job by Gregory. Bit more modern than everything else you're going to see in this list, but still a great album. And a great vocalist that I think more people should check out, because he's definitely one that's underrated and doesn't get talked about much in the VC, unfortunately. Next up is a jazz album that to me holds a lot of sentimental value, because this is the album that got me into jazz, and this is a Louis Armstrong album. This is actually Gene Norman presents an evening with Louis Armstrong and his All-Stars in concert at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. Yes, that's its full title. Because this was bought secondhand, it didn't come with the booklet that this record says it did, but my god, what an incredible album. Louis did a fantastic job on this. I just love this album. Louis has quickly become one of my favorites in the genre, and this album is definitely an album that to me holds a lot of value, because like I said, it's the one that got me into more jazz music and got me into listening to jazz, full stop. So there it is, Louis Armstrong live at the Civic Auditorium, or the Pasadena Civic Auditorium, excuse me, but definitely a great one by him. Next is an artist I talk about a lot on my channel because I do like this artist quite a bit. That's Nat King Cole. This is his album A Blossom Fell. Yes, this is a reissue, but it doesn't really matter to me. Record comes out this side, which is a little strange to me, but oh well. Like I've said many times, I do like Nat King Cole quite a bit, which is why, I guess why I like Gregory Porter in a way, because they are very, very similar artists, but sounding artists at least, and this is definitely a great album by him. Of course, I like all of Nat's albums, but I had to pick one, and this is one I haven't shown off on my channel yet, so I figured, I might as well show it off now. And I guess, I don't know, I had an uncle who was into Nat King Cole, so I kind of guess that's where the connection, the very strong connection, comes from. Next up, some people might consider this easy listening. Not me. This is Songs for Swinging Lovers, Frank Sinatra. Definitely one of Frank's better albums by far. Not a huge collector of Frank, but when it comes to Frank Sinatra, this is the album I would definitely choose. Mine's a little damaged at the back here, but doesn't really matter to me. The vinyl is perfect, but yeah, definitely a fantastic album. Stop making whoopee on here, which is probably one of his more famous tracks. But yes, just a fantastic album from start to finish, and one that I definitely love and could listen to all the time, I reckon, just because that's how good it actually is. Next one is a bit of a blind buy. This was a recommendation actually from my boss, but this is Oscar Peterson. Actually, I should say this is the Oscar Peterson Big Four in Japan, 82. Freedom Song, great album actually. There's covers from Thelonious Monk on here, or at least songs that were written by people, so written by Charlie Parker and Thelonious Monk and Bill Evans and people like that, so definitely fantastic. And Oscar's story is just, I read up on a little bit on Oscar, and his story is just so inspirational. You can have arthritis and still be able to play the piano at his level. So with a story as inspiring as that, how can you not go for this album or anything by Oscar Peterson? Next up was one I showed off on my channel not too long ago, but this is Count Basie and the Mills Brothers with the Board of Directors album. Fantastic album actually, thoroughly enjoyed this. Count Basie's good, fantastic stuff on here, so highly recommended, and one that I do love. Need to give a few more listens, but still a fantastic album. Can't go wrong with this, I would definitely say. Next one, I'm gonna say is a bit questionable whether it's actually jazz, but I mean, I'm gonna call it smooth jazz. So technically, to me, that counts. It's Wine Light by Grover Washington Jr. Sorry if you guys don't count this as jazz per se, but to me, this is definitely one that, I don't know, I would say is fantastic. It's got just the two of us on here with Bill Withers on vocals. Just fantastic stuff. By Grover, of course, incredible album. Everyone should own. If they don't, you should stop watching this video, go out and buy it, because this is such a well-known album. And I don't know, just the two of us is just such a well-known track, so definitely one to look out for. And the final jazz album I'm going to show you is another Miles one, but it's a collaborative thing, I guess, with Blakey. It's this one. I'm not going to try and pronounce it because I think it's French, and my French is terrible. A little strange, this album, because Miles's side is from 57, but Art's side is from 58. So it's a little strange, but this is what an early jazz album for me, collection wise. So kind of had to show this album off. Keep forgetting I have this actually, so probably have to listen to it again just to make sure it's good, but it's Miles Davis, isn't it? Anything Miles is good, and then Art Blakey can be a bit, but I do like this album, both sides, A and B, so definitely another one to look out for. And man, this is just some great stuff on this album. In fact, all these albums have some great stuff. So that is going to do it for my video response. Jeff, I hope you're watching. If you are, hello, and I hope you enjoyed my response to your video. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope to see you guys again soon. So yeah, peace.